Dude, Don and I did not get engaged last week.
Yeah, that's what. That was hilarious hearing that interchange.
He said, well, if you would have just said no, excuse me, sir. In what language would you like me to say it in for the 83rd time today?
Yeah, I was like, it was great listening to that. It was like better than most of the podcasts I listened to.
We are back. It's Sunday night. It's the paint. It's the pendulum. It's the paint and pendulum. The group is back together. The gang is all here. They are heading back to a place where they had some real trouble before. Escor College. Construction is finished. Entirely restored. The college is back. It is apparently thriving from what the party has heard, and they've come to investigate it. And more importantly, they've come looking for a very, very special item. Quintex, take it away.
Well, now that I'm dusted off from getting, back home for a little, guys, glad we can do that. Shall we be on our way?
That's probably for the best.
Probably is for the best.
Tick, guess what I've decided to name this new bow?
What have you decided to name your new bow, Lizana?
I decided to name it after you.
Oh, the Watchman.
No. Heartbreaker.
Oh. You're a real funny lady, Lizana. This is why we're best friends.
Okay, you guys come out from Tick's secret teleportation circle through the tunnel into Escor Pass and down into Escor College, and you arrive to the first thing you see is the very nice amphitheater, and people are starting to gather, and there are signs. There are hundreds of people around, and there are signs of a performance about to start.
1, 2, 3, 4. Summer turns me upside down. Summer, it's like a merry-go-round. See you under the midnight, all shackles and bones. High heels with your feet kicking, a temperamental low. So don't you let me go. Gotta hold on you. magic pulls me through. I'm twisted on the sideways down. Don't you know we're getting twisted and we can't cool down. I see you under the lid, look out in your eyes. Well, how far can you take it until you realize there's magic in your eyes? Oh, I gotta go. It's magic when I'm with you. It's magic.
All right. You are there. The night falls. There are hundreds of people around. You see one pink-haired halfling seems to be running the show. She seems to be in charge of the lighting on stage, the sound production. There's a lot that's going into it. She seems like she is the one in charge.
Well, that lady with the pink hair looks like she's in charge, guys. But I don't really know if I really want to just talk directly to her. She looks kind of busy with the show and stuff. But she might know where the best place to start, looking around the college. Sylvia, maybe she knows about admissions. We can get you in some classes.
That would be nice.
You also see another familiar face standing off to the side of the stage. You see a performer some of you have seen before, perhaps only Handuk, the performer known as Maingard. He's middle-aged. He's standing. People are coming up to him. He's smiling. He's meeting everyone, shaking hands. Seems to get along with everyone. It looks like he might perform tonight. Not sure.
Sleep during the performance?
What's that?
I asked Handuk if he maybe fell asleep during the performance.
No. This performance is... I'm trying to keep a very low profile.
All right, one other thing I want you to notice. When you look past the amphitheater, you can see the building that is Escor College. All right.
It is much more beautiful than I thought it would be.
Seems like it's about the same as it was.
Well, I didn't see it before.
A lot more impressive than I expected it to be honest.
It's actually quite restored from last time. It was a construction site when Olazana very sneakily and very burglarly snuck in.
Well, Olazana wouldn't burgle. She just, the star child, would never do such a thing.
Oh, I was trying to burgle,
Right.
but I'm not as good at it as Sylvia.
I have learned your people are the one who dragged me into breaking and entering in places, but I'm the best. Okay, screw all of you. And I will walk away and go talk to some of these performers.
I like how I get caught in the crossfire. Olazana, can you be nice to the girl once, just for one day?
What?
I don't think she really likes it when you call her a burglar, sweetie. Even if it's an apple is an apple in your eye. I just don't think she likes that technical terminology.
All right, so this is everyone around is some sort of artist. So this is I want to be real clear here. It's not a situation where you have 300 civilians who decided to go out for the evening and see a show. That's not what's happening here. Everyone has some sort of artistry. These seem to be the community of the college itself.
Well, the guy on the stage, he looks like he's very important. Probably super busy. We shouldn't go over there first. Maybe we should talk to the pink-haired lady. What could it hurt, really? Sylvia, what do you think?
I guess if nothing else, we can offer a little bit of help. She might appreciate it.
Yeah. And then while we're offering some helping hands of whatever it is that she needs, maybe that'll help us get into the mission so we can go inside.
Okay. All right. Let's head that way then.
All right.
Handuke shakes his head up and down. Now, when you look at Handuke, he doesn't have his old white beard anymore. He's totally clean shaven. His haircut is different. And he has put on some white powdering on his face. And he has like 2 little red dots at his cheek. I look like a mime, like not overdone mime, but just like a economy mime. And I make like big eye expressions when I'm interacting with the party, so I don't give away any more secrets.
Yeah. All right, noted.
Perfect.
But I don't look like Handuke anymore.
But he doesn't look like Handuke.
I do, but a lot less. I don't change my look very much as Handuke. He always looks the same. He's wearing the same clothes practically the entire time.
Right.
He's not a fashionista or somebody with a
Duly
look.
noted, Handuke, that you possess talents that we didn't know of. Your mime skills. All right, so let's.
I shake my head really and make a really big smile.
Get in depth.
All right, let's approach the lady with the pink hair, the halfway with the pink hair.
Let it be noted that Duke is not a poet, and he knows it, but he does make a mime every time. All right.
Duly noted.
Okay, let the record show. Permanent record. All right. So you go up to the pink-haired halfling?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Can I help you?
You look very, very busy. We just wanted to offer a hand. We're new here, and we saw that you were directing and thought maybe you would be the person to talk to if we wanted to help.
Well, yes, very busy, but we do have a little bit of break. Hello, I'm sorry. Did you just arrive? I don't recognize you.
Yes, we did arrive. My friend Sylvia here. She wants to enroll in some classes.
Fantastic. Well, enjoy tonight. I am Mazzy Twinkles. I am master of lighting and effects. We are going to have a great show. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to soak it all in. Tell me afterwards what you liked, what you didn't like. We're going to have all sorts of things. She looks at Olazana and she says, "Ooh, interesting. Wait here for a second." She walks over to main guard. She points you all out. And he starts walking over.
Oh, Lasana, did you do anything?
No,
Okay,
haven't shot anyone yet.
that's a good thing.
Okay, he walks over. He's a middle-aged human. He's got kind eyes. He sees Olazana. He says, "Hi, a daughter of the Feywild. Oh, this is perfect. Perhaps you can help me.
Maybe.
He goes on to explain that part of tonight's festivities are planned a bare knuckle brawl. He's got half ogres. They usually battle each other, but no one would expect you to have a chance. And he says, and a betting man can make a fortune on an underdog such as you. Now, the battle involves no weapons or armor or tricks, bare fists only.
Define tricks.
No tricks. There can be no tricks. Nothing that would alert the betters. There are 8 contestants, 3 fights to win. Are you interested?
Of course.
Okay. Would you like to ask anything else?
So no weapons, no armor, no tricks. So nothing that would alert the person. And all I have to do is beat up a bunch of half ogres. It seems pretty straightforward to me.
Easy as that, right?
Where do we place bets?
You don't look like artists, to be honest. Who brings you here?
I'm
My-
that
my-
kind of artist.
My eyebrows go up real high, and I make a really big open mouth.
He looks at you and he smiles, says nothing, but bows super deeply, like his long hair brushes the ground in front of you.
All right, I make a little fan movement by my face and
Okay.
twinkle my eyes up skyward.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else say anything?
Well, I've always wanted to be a performer, but finances and a million other reasons prevented me from actually learning. But no time like the present to learn, right? Especially since the college is all fixed up.
Well, man, maybe we'll give you a tryout tomorrow. But tonight, tonight, if you're interested, go let that man over there know. And you see, there's a gnome, and he's
No.
standing with a bunch of half ogres, and the gnome has a pouch of gold, and he's
Familiar
got a
to me?
notebook. He's got a notebook. He does look familiar to you, and he apparently is the one taking the bets.
I'm gonna give all my money to Tick.
Okay.
Are you wanting me to place bets on you, Olazana? Is that why you're handing me your dinero? Or
Me-
Oh, of course.
Main guard says, "Let me know when you're entered."
Do I enter with Mr. Pinot Noir?
You do.
I got you, Olazana. All right,
I'm gonna start stretching, getting loosened up, ready to beat up half ogres.
I'll walk over to the gnome, taking the entries and the bets. Hello, sir. We were directed here to have my friend enter the competition, and I would like to pay her entrance fee and place a small bet on her.
Yeah, let me look at her.
I will point towards.
She, huh? She. Okay, Olazana, you come over?
Yeah.
All right. He looks at you up and down, assessing. Does an investigation check. Hmm.
I'm just gonna stare icily right back at him.
Okay, 4-1 odds. 4-1 to get to the final. 12-1 to win.
I'm gonna tell Tick to put all of it down.
I will hand over Olisana's bag of money and say, okay, and I will bet this amount on the lady.
You over here, do a perception check. Can either of you understand ogres?
No.
Giant
Nope.
language? All right, they're talking to each other. Okay. All right, how much do you put down?
300 gold on myself.
300 gold. All right, you do see one that has one side of his face painted red, the other side painted blue, and looks very tough. Okay. All right. Okay, you guys walk away at that point.
Yeah, back to
I'm
our
gonna go to our disguise kit that we've had for a while. And
Okay.
pick up something like
Hold on.
flowy that I can move around in, since I'm not allowed to wear my armor apparently.
Hold on. Shortly after you guys walk away, you see Maingard go over, and he points to you, and the gnome looks very skeptical, starts wagging his finger at him, and Maingard's hands go up. The gnome shrugs, shakes his head, and then writes something in his notebook.
Well, that's not
Okay.
suspicious at all.
Maingard walks over to you and says, "Hey, you gotta win this. It's really important. You can do this, right?"
Of course.
Good. Because it's very important you win this. It's very important you win this. Good. Okay, good. And he walks away. All right. You have a couple of more performances. There's a light show. There is sort of dancing lights throughout the crowd. It's a whole thing. In the sky, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's more music. Someone comes up, tells jokes. There is, and then they announce they're going to begin a bare knuckle boxing match. What? Okay. First, you see two ogres go at it, and they are fighting, and you've got blows thrown, very undisciplined fighters, but when they land, like, they knock each other to a knee each time they land, but they get back up, and finally one of them just like flops off of the stage into the crowd. People scream, and they carry him off. He's not dead, but he's busted up. Okay. Next, so that goes on for 2 rounds, and then it's your turn. All right. Roll
Okay.
initiative.
Well, that's one way to start it off.
Okay. So you go in, and this thing is a beast. It is nasty. But you get first crack at him.
Okay.
You have no armor, no weapons,
Yep.
no
Yep.
tricks, nothing magical, nothing that would. You can see there's a lot of talented people around. You know that tricks would be a really bad thing. Anything that would set off a talented person's spidey senses. This is a bare knuckle brawl.
All right, I'm going to just jump him straight away.
Mm-hmm.
And so I move over.
Okay,
15 for my first attack.
that's a hit.
All right, that does 2 damage.
Okay, give me 1 second. 2 damage. Okay.
Then my second one is a 14.
That's a hit.
Okay, and that one does 2 plus 4, so that does 6 damage from Colossus Slayer. And then I'm going to go ahead and action surge now, because you can't take it with you. 23. Does 3 damage. So that does... I don't know how crits work on unarmed strikes, but I got a crit.
Give me 1 second. I gotta
It's
do a little bit
looking
of
like,
gymnastics to do a
it's
1-on-1.
looking like it does 12 damage because the number is just a flat 1. So 1 times 2, it doesn't look like it goes up. But the dice part of that crit does, and so that did 10. For a total of 12, 15, 21, and 2 damage. 23 damage to him.
Okay, 23. 23 damage.
Because I just like unleash with just like a 1, 2, and then like a roundhouse and then a spinning roundhouse across his face.
Okay. 23, you said, right?
Yep.
23. All right. He swings. It's going to be a 26 to hit.
Yep.
What is your armor class? No armor, no nothing.
It is 14 against the first attack in a turn, and then it goes up to a 18 for all subsequent attacks.
Okay. Sorry. You said it's a 14?
Yep.
Okay. There we go. All right. So that is going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Get you right in the ear. Smack. It's like a, you ever watched old WrestleMania videos? Andre the Giant would hit somebody across the side of the face with a big smack.
Like a big wrestling chop to the chest.
Big smack in the face. All right. Your turn.
Okay. 18. Does,
It's a hit.
does 5 damage.
Okay.
23. Does 5 damage.
10 points.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, he's hurt. Here we go. He takes another big swing, rears back, way back. You see it coming a mile away. Easily ducked. Whoop, right underneath. No problem at all. Your turn.
Seven, I'm going to guess misses.
That's a miss. All right. He comes at you.
I miss with the 1 as well. 2 misses.
Oh, no. All right. He hits you again. He rears back, same arm, big swing. And then you see he's actually using that leverage where he rears back to kick you. Smack! Right in the chest. 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Kicked right in the chest. Poof!
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay. All right.
And heal for 7.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my attack action to hit him twice. 23. And all right, so I rolled 2 23s. So do 2, 4. 14 damage.
How much? 14?
Yeah.
14. Hurt. Staggering around a little bit. But quite frankly, used to
I'm going to tell him he can quit anytime he wants.
Oh, no. Natural 20.
Yikes.
Zoinks. And zoinks. Okay, that is going to be 20 points of damage. 20 points. Okay, your turn. Good thing you only have to win 3 of these battles without a rest.
There's no resting in between them?
Oh, no, it's one night.
So 15 and 24.
Okay.
Does 14 again.
How much?
14.
14, he's down. Oh, he falls down straight onto his back. He's dragged off. You are escorted backstage. You are given essentially a little mug of water and a towel to wipe your sweat off. And you see the another ogre, half ogre, come up, and the blue and red faced ogre, and it lasts very. The battle is over very quickly, and the blue and red moves on, as do you. All right, there are four combatants left. You face another half ogre. They push you out onto the stage. And here we go.
Initiative again?
Yep. What'd you get? There you go. All right, you go first.
$13.
13 hits.
Is he already injured from the earlier round?
Yes.
I do 8 points of damage to him.
Okay. Turn. He gives you the swing back. Obvious. Looks like he's got the same like combo that the other guy had. Comes at you. You easily duck it. You see this one coming. Your turn.
17 and a 6. So I'm going to assume
A one hit.
misses. I do 7 to him.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. He rears back. You see it, but you forget this is a feint to create that kick. Here comes the kick. 13 points right in the chest. How you doing?
I'm about a third of my hit points.
Okay. Stuff. Your turn.
14 and 17.
Both hits.
Does 17 damage to him.
All right. He's very hurt. Turn. Rears back. You look for the swing. You look for the kick. But he comes at you. 18, right? That's a hit.
18 hits, yeah.
18 hits. And he hits you with the left-handed smack. It's like not as strong as the big rear back smack. It's not as strong as the kick in the chest, but it's more of a jab. As he rears back with the right, he jabs you with the left. and doing 7 points of damage. Your turn.
Nine and 21.
One hit.
5 damage.
Almost, but not enough. Okay. He's staggered a little bit. Oh, he's going to get a shot in. He's got disadvantage. Staggered, and yet finds a way to get you right in the thigh. Another 7 points of damage. Your turn.
I got a crit, and then
Okay, that'll do it. He's down. Oh, he's down.
I did 24 damage to him.
All right. Let me just, you see the other ogres, the other half ogres, red and blue, fighting against the other rando, and this one. Let's go through it real quick. Missed by the rando. Hit by blue red. Missed by rando. Hit by blue red. Missed by rando. And he's down. Blue red took no damage. Took no damage. This is going to be tough. All right, you were back backstage. You're in rough shape, and you know he's not in rough shape. They're going to have a little live performance before the final battle.
Is that live performance enough time to get a short rest in?
It is not enough time to get a short rest in. You've got about 10 minutes. Everyone else, you're in the not quite in the crowd. You're off to the side. You saw what just happened. You know that your Star Child is a little worse for the wear, and blue red is not.
Am I being like watched back here?
Not that you can tell.
All right, can I roll perception to see?
Sure.
I got a 13.
There's like a curtain, so you can't really see out in the crowd. You're like behind a curtain, almost like a green room, right? I wouldn't say you were being watched.
What do you guys think the consequences would be for cheating?
I think we don't want to find out, but
But a healing spirit is invisible. Is the only potential benefit to it. So if nobody's watching me, I'm an invisible thing.
Off in the tent by yourself. We're over here in the crowd watching.
And I'm just trying to think to myself, what would Tick and Sylvia do?
Be babysat by Handuk. That's what we're doing.
now what Sylvia would do, and probably what she's going to do while there's a break going on, is go listen in on the crowd and on people in charge and make sure this fight is in fact fair. That this isn't a setup. Which is what I will go do right now.
Okay. Go ahead and do an investigation check.
Ah, that's a 9. Yep, this is totally legit. Everything is by the book.
Why didn't you bardically inspire yourself for that?
I don't think you can.
You
Can
can.
you? You
Yeah.
can?
Mm-hmm.
No. As a bonus action, a creature other than you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't inspire myself.
What's up, bummer?
Only others.
Well, it looks like you're going to have to win fair and square, Lozana.
All right, we're gonna have to do a thing.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's roll initiative. Oh dear. Oh dear. He's going first. Rolled a natural 20 on the old initiative. But at least he didn't do that on his first attack. Okay, what's your armor class?
14.
Is it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess it's a new battle. All right. Okay. He rears back and jabs. Gives you the old makes you think he's going to hit you with the right, and then jabs you with the left. And that is a hit. That's a 15, doing 7 points.
Then I'm down.
Oh! Lozana goes down. The audience is stunned. Stunned. Main guard looks horrified. Sylvia, you see his face. He looks absolutely. His face looks whiter than Handuke's face now.
I'm gonna make my way over and in a low voice so as to not be overheard. Okay, what was at stake here? What did you get my friend into? Because clearly it's not just money that's the issue.
It's entirely about money. This renovation wasn't cheap. Oh, I can't. I thought for sure.
Okay,
Failed twice.
Oh,
I rolled a 1 on the
wait.
first.
On death checks, there's no death check. These are non-lethal.
Okay.
No.
I was like, we're getting close to just dying.
No. You're fine. It's all non-lethal.
to be fair, if we were allowed tricks, I know for a fact she would have won.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark would have put these ogres.
Did you
fucking
say
down
that?
fast.
Did you say that,
Yeah.
Sylvia?
Yeah.
He
I'm
looks
still
at you.
keeping quiet.
Yeah, he looks at you, briefly recognizing that you're there, and he says, we wouldn't have gotten the odds. I mean, I was so sure he'd win. I was so sure she'd win.
Normally, yes, but she was trying to be honorable and not resort to tricks like you wanted.
Oh, and he walks away.
I will come back to the others. Explain what a little bit I learned.
Well, at least Olazana was honorable in her boxing match here.
I give a big nod and smile.
I mean, yeah, but also,
You know, Olazana, if our friend Handuk were here, he would tell you, Star Child, I'm proud of you for doing the honorable thing. It is not the way of Matria, clearly, since I have denounced their oath. But that's what he would say to you if he was here.
I nod my head and put my hand over my heart.
How did you know I had my hand over my heart as I said that?
It means so much more when your hand's over your heart.
It does.
When you smile and agree with something.
morally, you did the right thing. Financially, we should have cheated.
I nod or I shake my head in disagreement.
All right.
And make a sad face.
Agree to disagree.
I shrug my shoulders and nod, yes.
All right. Well, that's over with. Don't we have a light show to watch coming up too? Well, Lizana could surely sit and have a rest. She's looking a little rough.
Is Olazana hurt?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna come over and I'm going to heal you. As a matter of fact, with the most compassionate look on my face you've ever seen somebody make. All right, I'm gonna do a cure wounds on you. $18.
Okay.
How you doing now?
I assume we're in a short rest, at least a little bit, so I'm going to use some of my hit dice.
The night goes on for a few more hours. There's all sorts of different performances. There's an acting performance. There's a play. There is a comedian. There are a drum line. You name it. There's just all sorts of different types of performances that happen throughout the night. You do notice if you look around the grounds that there is an area where people set up tents, and this looks to be where the at least the lower level students sleep in camp. There is a place to rest.
All right. After the show, Mr. World, did we see the Miss Twinkle, the pink-haired halfling? I can't remember her first name.
Mazzy?
Mazzy, yeah.
Yeah. You see, after the show, she pretty much runs the effects and the lighting for each performance.
Mm-hmm.
She does a good job with it. Depending on the type of performance, she has different lights, different colors. Seems like she's quite talented in this area.
Yeah, she said to let her know how we felt about the show afterwards, so she wanted to hear our opinion on it.
Yep.
And also, she'd probably be a good one to ask for permission if we pop up a tent with the lower level students instead of just assuming to do so.
Okay.
What do you think, guys? Yeah?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea as I look up from all the notes I've been writing. These performances are very, very good.
Very, very good. So let's tell Mazzy how her performance was and then see if she'll let us camp up for the night so we can get some rest, and then see about getting you in some classes in the morning, Sylvia.
All right.
All right.
I nod my head in agreement.
Okay. She's very interested in your feedback. She wants to listen. You see that she's got sort of a Napoleonic sort of garb. It's quite the outfit. Very clearly for style, she has put this look together. This is her look for the evening. And the more you look around, there are just the fashion is noticeable here. There's quite a bit of fashion. Everybody has a look that they put together for the evening.
Would you say it's very avant-garde style?
There is some avant-garde. There is there is people that want to look very fancy and very rich. There are people that have really expensive fabrics woven and put together to look almost pseudo poor and homeless. It really runs the gamut. But it's all very fashionable. Even the people that look semi poor, you can tell when you look, it's like really high quality stuff.
Is there any other mimes there, such as myself?
Of course.
Oh, there is?
Sure.
All right, I seek one of them out when nobody's there to stop me from doing this.
Okay. You see, as you start to approach him and you're seeking him out, he looks at you, starts to approach you as though he's been looking all over for you. And he walks up to you as though he's been looking for you, just like you've been looking for him. He basically mirrors everything you do back to you.
Okay, I go over there, then I start shaking his hand with great vigor. And the biggest, cheesiest smile and widest eyes. And then I start pointing around.
Wait, no, while you shake his hand with great vigor, he shakes your hand back with even greater vigor until the both of you are positively hopping off of the ground with the vigorousness of your handshake.
All right, I quickly stop and I put my hands across my chest.
He does the same
and
thing.
make a very back offish look in my face.
And he does the same.
I raise just my left eyebrow very high.
He raises his right eyebrow very high.
I do a 180-degree spin on my heels and I start walking away. And then I stop and turn around just with my head over my left shoulder to look at him.
Does exactly the same thing, except for over his right shoulder. Mirrors you exactly.
I look down between my legs back at him, bending over.
He does the same thing. In fact, somehow you've managed to find the only other old mime. How could it be? And yet he has mirrored you so well, he looks old like you.
And he's really young. Anyway, I try to escape this guy now. He's making me nervous now. I go back to the safety of Star Child, and I go back.
Okay.
Anyway, I want to be accepted in this community.
Yep. All right. Anything else? Next.
So Maisie, the color transition was beautiful, seamless. I noticed like the crowd, they really liked this portion. I'm just flipping through my notes, showing her everything I wrote down from her performance. Very excited, very happy, giving her what little feedback I can.
She's very appreciative. She asks you a couple of specifics. You give her specific feedback. She starts talking about, should I have gone with a more fuchsia? I went with that magenta during the drum line, but I was thinking maybe fuchsia. As I started to see it in this lighting, I was like, maybe it should have been more.
No. The fuchsia was the right call.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Okay.
So,
She's very friendly.
Mazzy, we noticed that there's some students camping out here. And we know that none of us are quite students yet, but do you think it would be okay if we popped up our tent and camped as well until morning when we can get Sylvia enrolled?
Oh, absolutely. But just keep everything really close to you. The people that aren't officially enrolled, and we're growing so fast, we're expanding so fast, there's bound to be some light pickpocketing we've heard about and things like that. So, I can't verify that it's 100% safe, but we really haven't had many problems. So you're probably fine. I just, keep your valuables close. I definitely say that.
Thank you. Thank you for that information. We appreciate you. All right, so then we would just move anchor again as a group and move off to the spot to set up our tent.
Okay. You guys go, you find an area, and there are campfires all over the place. People are, they're singing songs, they're talking, lots of conversation to be had. Many different campfires. You find a spot where you can set up a tent.
And I will also, Mr. World, around our tent, since she told us that there are some sometimes not so nice people in our space, a 20-foot cube of our space altogether around the outside, I will cast the alarm spell. So that way, if anybody tries to come into our camp, it wakes us up. And then I'll set it so that my group of friends does not trigger the alarm, only anybody that's not us.
No, we lost him.
Well, so we have an alarm perimeter around our camp now. So there's that.
Well, that's good.
A 20-foot cube is doable, I think. That's not too small for our group to put up our sleeping space in.
I feel comfortable with that.
DM kicks himself out.
Did I see where Maingard went after the fight?
How did that not work the first time? You did not. No, nobody said. At your campsite, there is a young human woman with a lute, and she is performing. She is singing a little song that some of you may have heard before. All right. You did not see where Maingard went. You especially didn't.
If I listen to the song, does it sound like the same song and singer that was performing the night I met everyone?
No,
Okay,
definitely not.
making sure.
No, this is much less skilled, much more basic. It's just a human young woman with a lute.
As this song plays, I sadly start wiping off my white makeup from my face.
Yeah, so do an insight check, Handuk.
Oh, I'm good at that. All right, 21.
Okay. You remember this song from a campsite outside of Matria. When you were on the way to Mist Lake, you shared a camp with some travelers. One of the travelers sang this song. It's the same person.
Wow, that's cool.
everybody's leaning in. They're very supportive. It's a supportive community in general. It's not great. It's certainly not on the level of performance that you've seen at the Mounted Mule or even on stage tonight. But it is a song you've heard before.
Well, my friends, I would whisper to you that I do not think it is wise for me to approach this artist and establish a connection with her before we understand exactly what we're getting into here.
What do you mean?
Or am I being too paranoid?
Hondo, if you met this woman before, just go talk to her.
One can never be too paranoid. Let me start with that one.
All right, I'm gonna give you the lyrics as Sylvia undoubtedly listens to the lyrics. There's no time for us. There's no place for us. What is this thing that builds our dreams yet tips them away from us? Who wants to live forever? There's no chance for us. It's all decided for us. The world has only one sweet moment set aside for us. Who wants to live forever?
Seems like an anti-Matriarch song to me.
Yes.
Sylvia, songs mean sometimes, right?
What's that?
Sylvia, songs mean things sometimes, right?
I'd like to think it's more than sometimes, but yes. Songs tend to have meanings.
Okay.
This is very sad and I like it. She's not quite as good as some of the people here so far, but I think she could get far with a little bit more work.
Hondo, you said you met her outside of Matriarch before?
That was very long ago. I almost forget her. It seems like I was a totally different person back then.
Well, she seems to be singing a very anti-Matriarch song. Maybe she's part of our new friends?
Our new friends.
That are-
You speak of the joyful end?
Shh.
Shh. We don't want to identify with any faction at all.
Check, I tried.
Okay, from
Okay,
now on, let's just call them the jokesters, please.
As you sit and listen, you hear one other person talk
The
about.
jokesters.
There's a conversation around the campfire. So here's the theory. Here's the question. If you take a ship, and it's the greatest ship in the world, over time, every ship requires maintenance. And slowly over time, you replace the sail when the sail goes bad. You replace the rudder when the rudder goes bad. You replace the cabin door when the cabin door goes bad. Eventually, over many long years, you've replaced every part on that ship. Is that ship still the same ship that was made originally? Someone looks over at Handuk and says, "Hey, you're old. What do you think?"
Well, that's a fascinating question.
Is a ship that's slowly had all of its parts replaced over time the same ship it was when it was first birthed?
No.
Well, doesn't the body reproduce its skin cells like every 7 years? So is it the same body you were born with? Same concept, right?
Well, if you think about it, the ship has undergone a completely different experience. I mean, I'm the same. You can argue I'm not the same person that I was, say, 5 years ago. I've had experiences. I've learned. I've grown. I would argue, in a way, the ship has too.
Yeah, but it's still the same thing, right?
I mean, in just a physical sense, some of those parts that were old were connected to new parts? Is there some kind of material memory that exists within things like a soul of an item? I mean, we seek out sometimes magical items, and do they have souls? Perhaps a ship could have a soul after it had crossed the waters and hauled many Twitch kids. Maybe the Twitch would get rubbed into the wood and create I don't know.
Whoa. You guys got Twitch?
No,
I
we do not
whispers.
touch that. No.
No, just travel stories. We've
No,
Okay.
we've seen. No, we've never seen anything like that.
heard. I
So-
think you're getting tired.
What?
I am getting
Are you
rather
guys
sleepy.
smoking?
Okay, you guys want to turn in?
Yes, very much
Yeah.
so.
All right, you turn in. Morning comes.
I get up at 4:30 in the morning every day.
You get up before
Oh,
dawn.
Way before.
Oh, yeah.
dawn, 'cause I only sleep 4 hours.
He's an old man. You know how early them guys get up. That's how they run shit.
All right, you wake up in the morning. Boom, boom. You see the Tower of Escor above the trees.
What a fine piece of architecture. I mean, we've had nothing like this in Matria.
I want to
I mean-
go and like position myself so I can see if Maingard leaves.
So you just go straight to
No, like I'm
Morning?
stealthy and surreptitious if I need to be. So I'm
Well-
gonna like
Sure.
Where are you going, Star Child?
undo.
Where are you going?
Undo. Remember, you're quiet here.
Remember, Star Child, we should never split the party. You know what happens.
They can't catch me. It's fine.
That's what you said before.
Did they catch me before?
Almost.
Almost.
I think those ogres would have beat the hell out of you.
I had swords then.
You fought like such a warrior. So proud of you, Star Child.
Okay, make it back on again, buddy. We will.
It is 4 in the goddamn morning. Why? Why?
I can't help it. I get up very early in the morning.
I'll be like, okay, Handuk, stay here. Look over Sylvia and Twitch.
Yes, I will start making my oatmeal.
I'm going to.
It's very easy on my mouth.
I'm going to move around and make sure everybody in the camp is okay.
Okay. You do that. That's a thing that you do. That's a thing that has been done. Morning comes. What would you all like to do?
I'll probably question some of the performance about like how exactly you get into the college and basically stress and try to put together something. So if I have to do anything, I'm hopefully ready.
Okay. Walk me through exactly what you'd like to do. Again, your estimate would be about 300 people. Most of them are in this camp area, but come morning, they're moving around the grounds, talking to each other. As you get closer to the main buildings, there are more and more people.
Okay. I would talk to people that I saw performing last night.
Okay.
Basically,
Do you explore the grounds at all?
I'll probably take some time to explore the grounds after talking a bit.
Okay.
Basically, what I'm doing is I'm looking for Maingard.
Okay, good. So besides the amphitheater, which you were at last night, there are many things on the grounds. There's a sculpture garden, various sculptures. There is but there's a notable there is a notable spot where it's tiered grass with this sculpture in the middle. There's a pond. You remember the pond, Olazana, from last time. You have woodworkers. You have, you name it. If you can think of the craft, you have some people sort of working on it. This is a very different place from the construction site you had been to before.
Can I take a closer look at the sculpture in the center?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
The sculpture in the center, can I take a closer look at that?
You can. Let me zoom in.
I'm gonna ask nearby people about it, just admiring the craftsmanship, asking questions about it in general. Who made it?
Okay.
Things.
You do an investigation check. You ask around. Let's go ahead and do that check. Oh, by the way, on the ship, in the morning around the fire, people were getting some breakfast. One of them that asked the question says, "It is the same ship. It was named, it was given a name, it was set off, it retained that name throughout its time. It is more than the sum of its parts. The parts do not make the ship, therefore it is the same. However, one cannot step into the same river twice." All right. What was your investigation roll? Sorry.
24.
24. All right. You actually are able to ask around a little bit, and you find that it is a sculpture created by a gnome. And you are able to find that gnome. Would you like to go up to them?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
We love gnomes.
I mean, if nothing else, Tick would probably get a kick out of learning about this.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, let's go. Hi, yes there. I heard you're the one who made the sculpture over this way.
I am. I am. Yes. Do you like it?
Oh,
It's a tribute.
It's beautiful, excellent workmanship. Tribute to what exactly, if I could ask?
To my family that all died in the Mist Lake flood. My uncle, Grady Paddywin Mistletoe Gentlekin, he and all of the rest of my family died in that flood. And one of the things we love are spheres and balls. And I remember working on the spike ball, and how when they all died, the spike ball was not enough to save them. So I created this. I'm more of a metal person, so when I decided to create a tribute, I did the hollowness of the earth and the hollowness of the trees. This is a bronze alloy that I've used, and I'm just so sad about it.
Well, I know they aren't here now, but if they were, I'm sure they would be so proud of the work you've done. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think you do their memory honor.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll just look over to Tix and kind of adjust her in case she wants to go and start talking about craftsmanship.
And he said, I believe he said it was bronzed, but have you heard of fire gilding? You should try it sometime. Makes for beautiful art. My father figure, he fire gilds everything.
I've heard that, yes, but it's very exciting. But it does seem to have a high degree of possibility of driving you insane.
Oh,
It's very dangerous.
yeah,
I'm not quite at that level to be able to do it. I fear that it would drive me insane to even try it. Oh dear, it's making me nervous just to think about the anxiety. Oh, the anxiety. Yes, it's fine. I just won't do it. I'm not ready yet. Yes, what? I'm sorry, yes?
You're right, friend. You are not ready. But if you ever decide that you are ready, I know just the guy to teach you.
Oh, thank you. Perhaps he would be a guest lecturer here at the college. Yeah.
Oh, I bet he would love that.
Yes.
I bet he would love that. I will look at Sylvia and say, I bet Alabaster would certainly love that. He hasn't been out of home in a really long time.
Oh, I think he would love to be a lecturer here. I imagine how many young minds he could shape.
And he
Have
did
some-
put down the workshop, so maybe. Just to me. All right. I will take note of this in my journal. Copy it down.
All right. You have taken note?
Writing a note and making a rough sketch. And I will write down this little gnome's name, what did you say it was again?
I'm Harvey Sutherwind Electrum Gentlekin. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too, sir. Well, Sylvia, should we make our way to maybe find admissions?
Yes, let's do that. And I
Ready?
look incredibly nervous.
Do you need some coffee first? Have you had anything to eat? How's your stomach feel?
Feels like I swallowed a sort of wasp, but that's fine. It's fine. No, let's just go do this.
Okay.
Do this.
I will skip along merrily beside you.
All right, you walk around the grounds, and eventually you see that there is a set of tables in front of the buildings, and there are people milling about. There are people seated who seem to be talking, writing people's names down, getting information, consulting them. It's sort of like an interview process, and that is what that is.
All right, look, let's get you in line so you can get ready for yours, and I'll stand here with you. Maybe they have a sculpting class I could take. I do love to make things.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine.
Yeah, it'll be okay. We're
It's
right
your
here.
first day of school.
Oh God, please let this go well.
Do you have on the fashionable sneakers?
Back to school. Back to school.
Or were your parents poor like mine and couldn't afford the fashionable sneakers every time?
Well, see, I didn't exactly have parents, so
An orphan hunting, touchy subject.
Classic.
Oh, I mean,
Classic. Classic discussion. Oh, you grew up poor. I grew up an orphan.
I mean, the lack of parents wasn't the issue. It's so much that the matron of the orphanage, yeah, she was a bitch. If you weren't human or human passing, well, you are a filthy heathen and blah, blah, blah. It was just a big mess.
Well,
Okay.
listen, it matters not the family of your past, only the family that you have now, which is what you make it. Okay, Sylvia? So I'm sorry that that lady wasn't a nice lady to you when you were younger, but you have Han Duke here, the resident
Yes.
father figure. He'll give you a pat on the back. You have Olazana and I here with you, and Don tending to the horses. It's going to be a great first day.
A guy walks by with a voice mildly overhears what you're discussing. Doesn't even slow down. He just says, "It ain't where you're from. It's where you're at." Keeps walking.
That was weird.
Look, you've got your lunch packed up and your boots tied tight, and I'm sure you won't get in a fight.
Everyone here thinks they are a greatest artist, I have noticed.
Oh, I'm not great yet. So
This is actually a very silly place, I must say, under my breath. I mean, in some way, the Matrians have at least... No, actually, the Matrians don't have anything on this place at all. But I don't see how this place can sustain itself when they do not have septic pits. They do not have fertilization fields. They do not
Oh, but
have...
they do. There's an entire organic on the grounds. You may not have been on that part of the tour, but there is a whole organic.
Hippie farm?
Yes, anyone want to say it that way?
I love it.
That is what a person of your vintage from Matria would say. And if you talk to a person there, they're very proud of their ability to collect rainwater. They've got cisterns. They use the human waste as fertilizer for the tomatoes. They've got a whole thing. They're very proud of it.
I like it. I like what they've done here.
you may think this place is silly, but I think it's great.
It's a little
Freedom.
bit silly.
Freedom, creativity, new ideas in the air.
It's just you have young people trying to act like they have wisdom. It's hilarious.
All the while we're having this discussion, we're standing in line, moving closer.
You're pretty young, Handuk.
For Matria, yes.
Okay, someone do a investigation check.
Somebody good at that, preferably.
17.
Okay. You something catches your eye. Someone that as much as everyone here is quite talented, you see someone who sort of stands out above the rest, keeps to themselves, makes brief eye contact with you, and very fashionable, very stylish, makes brief eye contact, and then walks around the building and down a hill and is gone.
Huh. One second. And I kind of go off follow this person.
What's that?
I will tell the others I'll be a second. I'm going to go follow this person.
So you're not going up to the admissions table.
No, I want to
I'll
follow
stay
this
in line
person.
there. I'll stay in line at the admissions table.
What's Star Child doing?
I'm going to attempt to separate myself from the group and follow this guy who's eyeballing us.
I'm going to sneakily escape the line of students because I don't belong in school anymore. And I'm going to follow Star Child.
I'm going to try to lose Handuk too because he's not stealthy. We've seen this. Before.
I try to look stealthy though a little bit.
But I'm also going to cast Pass Without Trace on myself, so that's a 22.
Okay, so you're following.
The guy who's eyeballing us.
Girl. It was a girl.
The girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You follow around the building. You see that connected to the building, but sort of, it looks like it may be some sort of spring house, some sort of gated door leading into a tunnel. She goes in, looks back very briefly to make sure she's not being watched. And then goes into the tunnel.
I'm going to look around to see if I'm being watched and then follow her into the tunnel.
Alone?
No, I would have gone.
Okay, just the two of you?
Yeah. Sylvia and I are the sneaky ones.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want me to accompany you and sneak in there?
Yeah, I'm a positive, Handuk.
I will wait at the entrance here.
I love you, buddy, but Sylvia and I are the sneaky ones.
I will wait here for your return. Just scream out if you want help.
If we need help, I'm sure you'll hear us.
Quietly scream out.
Okay. All right. You, Sylvia and Olazana, make a stealth check.
Okay.
All right. First thing you
We got a
notice.
21 because Pass Without Trace gives a plus 10.
Good. First thing you notice is that there is a door and it is locked. It is sort of a grate / door to the tunnel, and it is locked.
I'm going to whisper to Sylvia, I don't mean to call you a burglar, but... And then sort of point at the door.
I guess I'm just going to accept this now. But I get no choice but to accept this. And I pull out my thieves' tools and I go to pick the lock.
Okay.
30.
DC 17. You pick it quite quietly. Okay. You work into the tunnel, and it opens into a dungeon cellar. You can see an older woman suspended from the ceiling by chains with hooks through her hands and feet and the skin of her shoulders with a red word fail, F-A-I-L, written crudely on her chest. She babbles continuously, "But you love me, but you love me," over and over again. She seems to be in her early 50s, you would guess. Shortly after this, a younger female voice is heard. "Shut up, you washed up old crone. You failed, and now we can't pay the ogres. You've ruined everything. Just let me see him and I can explain. He doesn't need this stress with everything that is happening. He needs to focus on tonight. I'll tell him you failed tomorrow and he can decide what to do with you. I hope he lets your old saggy ass rot down here. He loves me. He wouldn't do that. And when he finds out how cruel you've been to me, he will never speak to you again."
I'm going
Okay,
to
you hear
tap
footsteps.
Sylvia. I'm going to
Your
tap Sylvia on the
footsteps
shoulder and
coming
then
towards you.
then grab my bow and get ready.
The younger woman is heading back, leaving this area.
I'm going to cast invisibility.
Okay, invisibility. Olazana, what are you doing?
Is there anywhere where I can try to hide?
You can try to hide. Yes.
A 20.
Okay. You find a small crevice. You're able to squeeze into it. The younger woman walks out, unlocks the door, leaves.
I'm going to go down the hall towards the woman who's chained to the ceiling.
She's chained to the ceiling. This is not a photo of her chained to the ceiling. This is a photo of her.
I will hold my hands wide and be like, you look like you're having a bad day.
He loves me.
Who
He does.
Who loves you?
She is unresponsive to anything else. You feel like she may be under some sort of domination spell.
We
I
need
think
to
that's the spell.
We need to get her to Handuk. I'll tell Sylvia.
Okay.
Can you get her down?
I can try.
All right, I'm gonna watch the tunnel with Heartbreaker John.
Does it look like I could manage to scale my way up to kind of undo the chains?
So you want to unhook them from her flesh. They're hooks into her. So you want to take the chains off of the walls and ceiling?
Think. If we get that, that's going to be loud getting her up. But it's going to be loud. It's going to be loud no matter what. I'm going to get them out of her flesh.
Okay.
And as I do, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds afterwards on each hook.
Okay. It's going to be a sleight of hand to not do more damage.
Okay. That's a 14.
Okay. That'll work.
Okay.
Okay, so you're able to unhook her. She still seems in a very delirious state, but you cast what's that? Cure Wounds?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay. How much?
10.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Then
Now what would you like to do?
okay.
I think we switched now because I'm stronger, so I'll still be able to move while carrying her.
We might want to gag her. I'm not sure if she can keep quiet.
Sure.
Okay. Sorry about this. We promise we will take it out the moment it's safe, but we need to be quiet right now.
So we're going to wrap a handkerchief like around her head so that she can't talk.
Okay. Are you doing anything for her condition?
We can't.
Okay.
We're taking her to Handuk.
Okay. You take her to Handuk.
Out.
All right. You bring her to Handuk.
And we say, Handuk, this woman we think needs your help. And then I'll explain to her that we found her chained to the ceiling with hooks in her. She keeps saying he loves me over and over. That woman who was eyeballing us, that I left and you followed me, and then Sylvia and I ditched you.
Detect
She was,
evil.
torturing her.
Huh. All right, I'm going to detect evil on this tortured individual.
Okay. Let's do that.
Is she a aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead?
No.
Okay. Next, I start looking at her grievous wounds. And I say, you poor child.
Handuk, we think it's her mind that's being broken somehow.
Her mind being broken. My.
Sylvia casts some healing on her, so we don't think she's in danger of dying right now, but her mind seems off.
Something like lesser restoration or...
yes. Let me restore this child with the power of the very universe. Thank you, Stargard.
Okay, you do it.
Lesser restoration?
Yep. Okay. She slumps to the ground in relief. She lays there breathing comfortably. Then you hear a scream from your basically not your six, but like your back left. You hear a scream and a commotion.
Well, that's not good. I'll say to Sylvia.
All right, do a what would that be? Investigation.
Perception?
21.
21. Okay, you see there's nothing there. And when you look back, she is gone.
Mother fuck!
That's worse.
We need to skedaddle. We need to get out of here.
One good thing. I went to do one good thing and learn the first.
I feel like we're about to get in big trouble here.
For saving somebody?
Any second now, Pinot Noir is going to come around the corner.
Come on, let's go back.
Pinot Noir comes around the corner.
Handuk, are you a prophet?
I am very wise.
All right, Pinot Noir comes
Oh,
around the
no.
corner.
No.
See
Anybody but him.
he walks up to
Not Pinot.
Olazana and he
Hey,
says,
Pino.
"How you feeling? How's that jaw? How's your chest?"
It's been better.
Sorry to hear about you losing all that money. That's tough. You fought really well. Don't hesitate to enter again. I think you put on quite a show. And he walks away.
Ooh, okay, good.
Back to emissions.
All right. What you're deducing is let's recap what you've heard.
Yeah, it seems like not everybody's on the up and up about what's going in here.
The renovations were very expensive. Vanguard owes the construction crew, head by Pinot Noir, a lot of money that, for whatever reason, he has not been able to pay. He was literally banking on Olazana winning the brawl to get himself out of debt to Pinot Noir.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Well, that's
you
always
have
the best way to do it.
And we can't find Mangard, right?
you haven't seen him yet.
And this woman just disappeared. We have no idea where she is.
Yes. Let me repeat just so you have it. Shut up, you washed up old crone. You failed, and now he can't pay these ogres. You've ruined everything.
Yeah.
Just let me see him, and I can explain. Okay.
What did she failed at? I'm going to roll an insight check to try to determine what she has failed at.
Some money-making scheme they had.
18.
Yeah.
All right. I want you to do an investigation. Well, an 18. Yeah, you're not quite able to tell that just by deduction.
Okay.
So I think we need to go warn Tick that there's lots of shenanigans coming around.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. And I'll probably follow behind. And have my notebook out and I'm just writing down ideas and theories and crossing
I was going to
things out.
suggest that like Sylvia and Handuk should be together, and I should try to like keep sneaking because I still have Pass Without Trace up. And if there's trouble, maybe I am outside of it enough to be an unpleasant surprise for whatever trouble we run into.
Okay, so what are you going to do with that?
I'm going to sneak as we move through the crowd to go back. So I got a 22. I keep rolling bad on stealth, so thank goodness for this spell. To like shadow at least Handuk as we go to warn Tick about what's happening.
Okay. All right, you get back. Tick, I think, was last left near the admissions tables. And Tick, you've been talking to a counselor. You talked about sculpture. I think you wanted to take a sculpture class. You know a bunch about tinkering, and they're very excited because they have a tinkering set of courses for clockworks. And, as you know, there's a lot of art that goes into making timepieces. So it is an area that they are very excited about. And they certainly have options to do independent study in those areas. And what they're offering is sort of guidance for your independent study. They connect you with other like-minded people. You can create a cohort of people into the same thing, and sort of start a timepieces clock making club, for lack of a better term.
And I am very interested in joining.
Okay, so all right. So you have basic affiliation at this point.
Perfect. And is there an affiliation guild fee for them?
There is. It's 20 gold pieces, renewable annually. Yep.
Okay, I'll pay it up front.
Right. Sylvia, you want to do something similar?
Yeah, more in the music and just general writing courses, but yeah, I'd like to do that.
Right. And you bought an instrument, correct?
Yes, I bought a lute.
A lute. All right. So there's tons of lute players. There is no sanitation engineering class, unfortunately. So yeah, there's lute players. That's something you can easily get actual proper lessons, versus the tinkering, which is more independent study here. Yeah. Yes. So Sylvia, you're able to. You're introduced in with writers, with musicians, with singers. Your counselor introduces you to all sorts of people, assuming you pay the annual fee.
Yeah, I go ahead and pay that.
All right.
And that is the rest of my money.
Okay, you have basic Escor College affiliation.
I'm gonna keep an eye on a lookout for any of these women that we are, now very concerned about, having broken one out, the other one's torturing the other. Is there any of either of them?
No.
What about Mangard?
You haven't seen Mangard.
Mr. World,
Yes.
does basic affiliation give us a library card?
It allows you into the first floor of the building. Yes.
Good. So no Lich King libraries to come out and kick us out. So
Yeah, there's not so much a library. Like you, that's a true statement. In fact, you walk in and you're shown the dining hall, which offers a much better food and fare. And this is the dining hall. In fact, Mazzy has worked on this lighting. She created this lighting herself.
It's very beautiful craftsmanship. I wonder if they have mushroom salad here.
They have so much mushroom salad, and the person would love to tell you about how they repurpose the human waste to grow these mushrooms, and they are some of the finest mushrooms in all the land.
Well, Handuk would probably love to hear about their mushroom growing. I just want to eat the salad.
Okay. You eat the salad.
I
That's
must
food.
say that this room is just it's such a waste of space in some ways. You have such high ceilings. I mean, you could fit many floors in here and have much more people living in this place. I mean, you could have 4 floors. This is too spacious.
You say that to someone?
You're mine. You did not speak.
No, I'm saying I'm mumbling that to myself while I'm munching on whatever soft food I can find.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Now, do I get to go through the
No,
admission
you
line?
can't. No, you cannot.
I can't. They just won't.
I mean,
let
you
me.
can if you have a craft that you.
I
want to
have my
explore.
miming.
Oh, miming. Yes, of course.
Yeah. Oh, I go through the
yeah, for
thing
sure.
as I go up to the admissions line. I am
Yes.
acting like there's invisible walls.
Yeah.
I am acting like I get knocked down, get dragged back up.
And you get back up again.
Yeah, and then
Nothing
then like
ever keep you down.
I start acting like I'm singing a song, but
Are
it's
you
silent.
miming?
It's silent. I'm miming
Miming?
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall. Are you going to be the one that saves me?
It's hard to express these kind of thoughts with miming, but
It is. You're not quite there yet.
well, they wouldn't let
so
me
this-
into college.
For 20 gold pieces, they will give you basic affiliation. You will
don't have
add performance to your set of abilities, skills.
Can you
What
guys
happened?
let me borrow 20 gold pieces?
We should have it in party funds.
I don't have anything.
We bought a bunch of magic shit in your homeland last
You
week.
did, and you just lost 300 gold last night.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
okay.
right. Olazana's reckless with our dinero.
We spent like $2,000 last week. Don't yell at me.
I don't worry about these things. The Star God will take care of it. Don't worry.
All right, can you come up with 20 gold?
I think my party says they have 20 gold, so yeah, I'll come up with it.
All right, Olazana, are you looking to do anything like this?
No.
Okay, so you can't go inside. The other
Okay.
3 can go inside.
I'm not even in line talking to them. I'm looking
Right.
out for the people I want to talk to.
Yep. Yeah, you don't see them.
What about Pinot Noir?
You haven't seen him since you saw him earlier.
Can I, when they go in, can I move around and look for any of those people?
Sure. I don't see why you couldn't.
11. Rolling great today.
Yeah. You find sculptures, you find a pond. You found the pond with your 11. Hey, found the pond. Which quite frankly is better than some of these students, quote unquote.
All right, so I have a pan flute, and I'm now going to play that obnoxiously at the pond. I got a 10.
Wait, you do that for what now?
Sitting at the pond, and
Okay.
I'm playing the pan flute.
All right.
So I seem like I fit in.
And you got a 10?
Yeah.
All right. Next to you saunters up a very confident young person with a with some sort of woodwind oboe-like thing, and go ahead and do your little tune. Let's hear your pan flute tune.
It's like birds from
Keep
the
going.
Feywild.
Keep going.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? I'm playing with you. We're jamming.
I don't like that. Can you not?
Rude. He leaves.
And I'm gonna go back to playing the pan flute again.
Okay. A few minutes later, person with a lute comes up. Go ahead and do your thing. Oh, wait. Stop.
Excuse me, is this a thing?
What do you mean? We're jamming.
What's jamming?
Never mind. Jeez.
What is this? Can you tell me what it is?
We're playing music. We're here to learn. Aren't you here to learn music? I mean, it looks like you could use some lessons. Jeez.
Well, that's rude.
You're rude. You storm off. Okay. Cut to interior scene.
I think I'm gonna break off and go looking for. God dang it, we said his name a million times. Main guard, yes.
All right, you do not find main guard on the lower level.
Can I try sneaking up to the higher levels?
As you look around the lower levels, you do find two spiral staircases in the rear of the Great Hall. But there are people, very friendly people, but they are keeping anyone with basic affiliation from going upstairs. They look very perceptive, super stylish. They're very nice. They handle people that are curious and keep them moving along.
I'm going to observe for a while and see if I can notice any common things between the people who are allowed up.
Give me a common thing about people that are...
Yeah, like do they have like a special patch on their clothes, an armband?
No.
Carrying like a card or anything that they show?
Yeah, it's a good question, but the answer to that question is no. It seems like they are all recognized by the people. Let me bring you up a visual of the lower floor. They're recognized by the people. So it's based on recognition.
Okay, so either try the next day with invisibility or pay enough attention to make myself look like someone else who has gone up. Either way, probably need to wait a few days.
Okay.
But goals are good.
Goals are good. On this lower floor, you have the dining hall to the left. You have a lecture room. You have a lounge, and then you have what seems to be a small, on the far right, a small performance studio.
Is there any miming going on in this area?
There is no miming in this area. No.
Well, I start miming.
What you mostly see in here is writers. There are musicians that are seated in the lounge that are showing each other chord progressions, showing each other little tips. And if you're here long enough, you will hear some lectures in progress. There's no mime class in here.
Well, I'm going to be the mime class on my very own. I'm going to basically start miming about interacting with people in between when they have to take a whiz or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Stopping them
what you
with
get-
like an invisible wall.
Yeah, you get polite avoidance is what you mostly get.
That's
You
good.
feel a little out of place. Everyone's much younger here.
Yeah.
You're doing your best and they're polite, but they
don't want to
you can-
become. They don't want to turn into me. Essentially, they're like, I'm going to be so much better than him when I'm an artist at his age.
Exactly.
He's
That's
such
exactly it. How
I
they
don't
feel.
want to wind up like this mime over here.
No, I'm special. Not like him.
Every one of them.
100%. But most of them are. It's mostly true. You see that they are pretty good at avoiding you. Like everybody is just good enough not to be the closest person to you, so that they don't have to engage.
And as I'm doing this is the front for what I'm actually doing. And I am trying to do a perception check. Oh, not very good. I'm trying to just memorize the faces of the people going upstairs.
Yeah, everyone is like in their early 20s, by the way, you know. And you're trying to recognize faces?
Yeah.
Okay. What would your skill be for that?
I did a perception check and I got a 6.
All right. Everyone looks so young, you can't tell me.
Those youngsters all look the same
Just
with their baggy pants.
their various fashions. Okay.
And I just keep playing the fool
Okay.
while my real companions are the ones figuring what's going on.
All right. Okay. In the inside the lecture hall, eventually you hear a lecture about the ship of Theseus. It is a discussion about what the same things you were talking about at the campsite the night before. There are a couple of people who are at the campsite. They have strong opinions. It's a lively debate. Is it still the ship of Theseus? Is it now a new ship? Is it 100 different ships because of all of the components that were changed out over a 30-year span? All right. And on that note, we are going to end for tonight. On that note, you've entered the first level of Escor College.
That was fun.
Good work. All right, good stuff.